Alison M says, do you have a special place that gives you inspiration? Well, maybe I'm here in my writing room, so maybe I should sort of show you a little bit of the writing room. So maybe I could ask Luke, my director, to just do a sort of slow pan round and show you. It's not very tidy, actually. It does look a bit of a mess, but there you go. This is my room, my writing room. Going all the way around to my desk. Here we go, and then coming back round to me. So that's great. Thanks, Luke. Was that? Are you happy with that? Yeah. Thumbs up from the director. Jemima Harvey says, when and where are the novels set? A very good question. The novels are set in 1914, in the early part of the year, so before the First World War has broken out, and they're set in London, very specifically. So thank you for that. That's a good thing to get sorted out. And then Jemima Harvey's next question is, oh, totally missed that you're collecting questions. When do we get the answers? Well, Jemima, if you're watching this video now online, you're getting the answers now. That's all I can say. Jim Gunny says, will the new book be similarly sized to Summon Up the Blood? Do you write to a word or page count, or just tell the story? It's a good question. It's going to be about the same size as Summon Up the Blood, I think. It might be a little bit shorter, I can't really remember. Do I write to a word, page count, or just tell the story? Well, you know, when I get the contract from the publishers, there is a minimum word count in there, which is, I think with these books was 75,000 words, so I have to kind of come in somewhere around there, otherwise they will be sort of unhappy. I did sort of think that I would try and write exactly 75,000 words this time, just as a sort of challenge. I didn't manage to do it. It came in more like 85,000, so actually you've got 10,000 free extra words in this book, which, if that doesn't encourage you to buy the book, I don't know what will. Michael Jex says, yeah, but did you end up thinking bugger should have added that bit, ... question mark. No, not really, Michael. When I'd finished the book, I just thought, yeah, that's it. And then I sent it to my editor and waited to see if she said, you know, hang on, you should have added something in here. But she seemed to think that it was okay the way it was, so pretty happy with it. Fran Pickering says, so what in percentage terms is my chance of winning? That's my question. Well, Fran, with a question like that, I don't rate your chances very high, really, because what I'm looking for is questions about the book or my writing or something. So, you know, I haven't got time to calculate your chances of winning. And actually, as I have already selected, no, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, you've got a good chance of winning, Fran. Fran then goes on to say, and if I win, can I have an e-book? That's my other question. Well, the e-book doesn't come out till April next year, April 2013. Yeah, no, that's not, and I can't sign an e-book. I was going to give a signed copy of the hardback book. Is that not good enough for you? So, no. Fran has a third question. And will you have to recalculate my percentage chance of winning every time I ask a question? I kind of see the game you're playing here, Fran, which is just basically to ask a lot of questions in the hope that that will increase your chance of winning. But I'm not sure that it's going to work like that. And then a fourth question from Fran Pickering, which says, do you really think I should? Question mark, which I think was a response to something I'd said on Twitter, but I've forgotten what I said, so that question now, I can't remember what the answer would be, so we'll just have to move on from that. Jane Steele says, where did you glean your inspiration from writing this book? I think I've sort of talked about my inspiration already, so I'll move on. Quentin Bates says, should we pity them? Question mark. I think that was about something else, and somehow his question has found its way in here, but yes, we should pity them, I think is the answer. Moving on, I think I'm near the end of the questions actually here, but there are just a few more, so I will press on. Tristan Blackwell, who you may remember asked a question earlier, Lesbian Vampire 1, now asks a very, very interesting question. And what I like about this question is that it shows that Tristan has read the sample chapters that were available online. And I'm not sure that many of the other questioners have. But Tristan says, are you psychologically playing a bit so that the reader eventually finds it hard to tell between dream and reality? Well, that is exactly the effect that I was going for, certainly in those opening chapters. So that is just amazing and a wonderful question and a brilliant question. I'm not sending out any clues here as to who might have won, I hope, but that really pleased me to get that question, because you really sort of picked up on something that I was trying to do and also showed that you've read the sample chapters. Another question from Tristan Blackwell says, is the Church's resilience against Blackley building around it a symbol of man's vain attempt to be godlike? Again, obvious proof that she's read the sample chapters here, knows what's going on in the book, and you know, that's got to kind of like slightly swing things in a certain direction, I think. I'm not sure that that was exactly what I was doing, but it was a symbol of the sort of struggle between God and mammon, if I can put it that way, between the kind of commercial religion that Blackley represents in the store, the alternative to conventional religion, and the church holding out against that. And the church is called the Sacred Heart, so it sort of symbolises perhaps the conscience at the heart of Blackley's empire, that is not absorbed into it in some way. And then James Harrison, the last question James has provided, which is, do mannequin houses have bigger windows than average? I don't know, you just kind of compare that question to the two that were previously asked. I don't know. Has James read the sample chapters? I'm not sure. No, it's just a house like any house, so it has correct sized windows. But there is an interesting, actually this question is more interesting than it seems at first sight, which is that there is an aspect of the plot of the story that is to do with not a window but a door that seems to go nowhere. So so perhaps if James had asked about the doors to mannequin houses rather than the windows, he might have won the prize, but he hasn't. So I shall now announce the winner. My favourite question, which I think I may have signalled a little bit so far already, but I did love Tristan Blackwell's questions, all of them, particularly because they showed someone who'd read the pages that were up on the internet, so that was brilliant. And the question I particularly enjoyed was, are you psychologically playing a bit so that the reader eventually finds it hard to tell between dream and reality? So that is the winning question. Congratulations, Tristan. I shall be in touch to get an address to send the book to as soon as I have my copies. Thank you very much, and thanks to everyone who sent a question in.